Well, Toyota has some bragging to do, retaining its title as the world's top-selling automaker. Global sales for the first 9 months of this year reached 7.41 million vehicles. That outpaced number 2 General Motors by about 160,000 units. And GM sales actually rose by nearly 5% from a year ago.
Toyota got some more good news from Consumer Reports, along with some not-so-good news. The magazine is out with its annual list of the most reliable car brands. Toyota's luxury Lexus division, along with its namesake brand, topped the list, followed by Acura. But Toyota's reputation for quality took a big hit when the magazine pulled its recommendation for 3 of its vehicles, including the nation's top-selling sedan. We turn now to Phil LeBeau. He covers the automotive industry for us. And, you know, Phil, it was a really fascinating list to see a lot of Japanese brands in the top 10, but then their top-selling cars at the bottom of the list when it comes to reliability. So how big a deal is that?
It could be potentially a big deal, Susie, and what we're talking about here is the recommended or not recommended list from Consumer Reports, and there are 5 models that Consumer Reports came out today and said, we are no longer recommending these, and when you look at this list, what stands out, the top-selling models from Toyota, Honda, and Nissan are all on this list. Now, with regard to the Toyota models and the Camry, Consumer Reports cites poor crash test results when they were doing crash tests with the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. As a result, the best-selling car in the U.S. since 1999 is no longer recommended, along with the other Toyota models, from Consumer Reports. As for the Accord and the Nissan Altima, both of them scored too low in the latest Consumer Reports survey on reliability for them to qualify for recommendation. By the way, they are the best-selling cars for Honda and Nissan. Not a good day for the Japanese automakers when it comes to recommendations from Consumer Reports.
That's really just amazing to me, because those cars that you mentioned, the Accord, the Altima, and the Camry, have been recommended for so long. Let's turn to Ford. The domestic brand, it along with other domestic brands, are 4 of the 5 least reliable, right, Phil, out of the 28 rated. Has the big 3 taken a step back, and why is Ford so low?
They're all struggling with infotainment and connectivity issues. You know, that's the big push right now in the auto industry. They want to have the sync system from Ford, or Cadillac has the Q system. Well, these systems have had a lot of bugs in them. They're not functioning as people expect them to when they're buying these vehicles. That's why Ford ranks 26th out of 28 brands in the latest Consumer Reports survey. They've also had problems with their EcoBoost engines. The bottom line is this: with these electronic issues, it's a combination of some of them not functioning as well as they should, and also consumers are saying, I'm not getting the help that I think I need, either from the dealership or from the automaker, so that I know how to use these systems. And as a result, people feel like, hey, I spent $30,000 or $35,000 on a car, and I can't have it read back my emails. That's what I thought it would do.
Yeah, you know, Phil, it's one thing to have problems with the electronics. It's another thing when these cars aren't doing well in crash tests.
Right.
So to what extent are these ratings going to impact actual car sales?
I don't think a huge impact, Susie. And think about it this way. The Camry, a few years ago, when the unintended acceleration issues accelerated and it was all over the place, the Camry was still the best-selling vehicle in the U.S., and it's likely to stay on top this year as well.
All right, we'll see about that. Thanks so much, Phil. Phil LeBeau reporting from Chicago.